It's a tough group as well, let's be honest. A lot of people, that's probably an understatement. A lot of people have said it's the group of death. You're with Croatia, who got to the final last time out, Belgium, who don't ever seem to come out of the top 5 of the world rankings, and Morocco. What's the aim here? Is it maybe to nick points off those 2 big ones and beat Morocco? Have you kind of set out a potential point tally that will get you through? Or is it just a case of go and let the boys enjoy themselves?
Well, I think there's a balance of everything. Everything's the balance here. We went through in the June camp, and again, silver linings when the players, weren't, being engaged in training or in the games. We were working behind the scenes on the World Cup visioning and looking at what's achievable. And you can look at the realities of there aren't many teams with the profiles of our players that break out of a group stage in history. So I was able to show the players a lot of the statistics of teams that carry only, a certain amount of tier 1, level 1 players that play in the top 5 leagues in the world. And Canada currently, I think we carry a total of 2 tier 1, level 1 players in Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies. These are guys that are playing in La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Premier League. And we're coming up against teams that are playing, Belgium's is 26 men, all play at that level.
Of them.
All 26, 17 of the Croatians, 13 of the Moroccans. So it's putting it in perspective, the valuation of their team qualitatively, there's a difference. But then on the flip side, what I'm able to show the players is, the Koreans went to a semi-final.
Yes.
A core, 16 K-League players, 5 J-League players. They went a semi-final, maybe with the help of a referee in 1 or 2 of the games. But, it's looking at that as the reality, but then seeing that those things don't happen by chance, they happen by design. So we took the players through a deep dive of, what the Koreans actually did. We looked at their style of play. We looked at, things they did differently going into the tournament, and then set it up as a mindset shift for our players, looking at the David and Goliath story. Looking at the reality of, look, the giants are going to be there, but, David was successful because it was a projectiler versus an artilleryman, and projectilers should win that battle. So then we started to look at what makes us favourite to win this World Cup. What are all the reasons why Canada should and could win this World Cup?
I love that.
And we changed the mentality of the group in a moment to start to see what's different about us. We went on a 20-game qualification campaign. No one else did that. We went into some of the deepest, darkest places in CONCACAF and got results, wins. This group of men have, bonded together in tough moments, in COVID moments, traveling to places that, were high risk.
Yeah.
So our team spirit, our team culture, our brotherhood, the bond that we have together is we believe is one of our biggest strengths coming into this. In fact, we believe we're one of the best in the world in that space. So, when you start shifting this into what makes us favourite to win against the giants, then it becomes clearer. And then you look at it from the other perspective that, if we go into this World Cup looking to fight conventionally and do the things that teams always do, then you're going to lose. And all the research tells you that. But what we do know is the underdogs, those smaller countries that win wars against countries 10 times bigger, when they fight unconventionally, when they do things differently, they tend to win. That's 2/3 of the times the smaller nations tend to win against bigger nations. So we've been exploring that with the leadership group, with the players, and there's been some great work done already to shift the mentality of the team to go into this just fearing less. So like you say, I can pick this up and go, guys, just go and enjoy it. But that's not how high performance works.
Yeah.
It's you've got to know what you're going to enjoy about that experience. And the enjoyment only comes from the competition, the motivational climate that's created that allows the players to go, we really competed there. That's enjoyment. And that's what we'll be driving.
And look, we've seen it happen, haven't we? You think of sort of Greece many years ago winning the Euros, big underdogs, almost came with that surprise factor as well. And yes, they had a few stars in and around Europe, but again, big underdogs just like yourself. So look, it's going to be a great tournament. Obviously, the players are going to have their battles. Do you kind of look forward to the battles with top managers as well when the World Cup? Do you kind of feel like, okay, I want to see what I can do against him, especially when it comes to making sort of tactical changes during the game?
Yeah, we have to. I mean, this is the reality. Qualitatively, we can't rely on a player pool. There were games in CONCACAF where you absolutely knew that your players would come through. Yeah. The quality of your players are going to come through. So your margins of error on the tactical side or dealing with the constraints of being in El Salvador were a lot greater. You could get the tactics slightly wrong, but here it's an absolute key part of the success of this team to have, a tactical blueprint, one, the players believe in, two, that isn't too far away from what they want to achieve at this World Cup, which is, like you've said, an enjoyment. They don't want to be, bunkered in for 90 minutes, hoping the opposition don't score. I mean, those elements are all critical parts on how this team want to show up. So, tactically, I've got to get that balance right between, what's it going to take to stop Lukaku, Hazard, De Bruyne, Castagna, Carrasco, Witsel, Tielemans. We've got to find that way to do that. But at the same time, make sure that the players feel like they can experience a World Cup in the way they want to experience it. I think naturally that sort of little boy in you is always there. I mean, it's why we do this. I think if you boil it all back down, it's just our passion to be part of these moments, either as a fan, a coach, or a player. So now I'm in there as a coach, and yeah, there's no doubt, like seeing De Bruyne or Lukaku on the field, it's going to be cool. I mean, that's a cool experience. What my son keeps asking is, you're going to see De Bruyne, and how do you feel about that, Dad? And I just act all cool. Yeah, no problem, son. Yeah, but inside, it's natural. It is natural. There is that excitement there, and I think that's part of our X factor, for Canada coming into this. Many of us are saying our lack of experience will be our downfall, but for many of these teams, they're just used to going to World Cups, big events, and having these major experiences. But for us, it's all new, and it's just all excitement. And, I'm sure our players will be, when they see that national anthem and they're looking along the lineup, yeah, there'll be a little bit of a tingle down the spine to know that they're competing now against the best in the world, and we've got nothing to lose.